What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list. Similar to my previous tier list video, this one's going to be a Pumpkin Moon Weapons tier list. I've been pretty excited to do this one. Halloween themed, similar to the last one. Let's get started with this mini tier list. First we got the Stake Launcher. Now this bad boy, it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Back in 1.2, it was absolutely useless. Nobody used it. I think it didn't pierce. Then they added pierce, and let me tell you, this bad boy is insane. By insane, I mean better. A few tiers up, but overall, I think it's kind of B tier. That being said, I think it went from like maybe a D or E tier. Probably more E if I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, it went from that to like a B. So honestly, I'd say that's a huge improvement. Overall, a really good weapon. I recommend using it if you're ranged. This is the only drop from the Morning Wood, by the way. Next up, we got the Pumpkin drops. So yeah, let's just start with the Mage weapon, the Bat Staff. Now this one's pretty. Oh, this one's pretty cool. It used to be kind of mid, if I'm gonna be honest. It used to be like kind of C tier, but I think they buffed it. I'm pretty sure they buffed it. It's a homing weapon. It's similar to the bee gun and wasp gun, but it's better than both of them. For the stage in the game, it's pretty good. There's better homing weapons like the Razorblade Typhoon and Spectre Staff. I would say are better, but overall, I would rate it an A tier. Honestly, it's a good weapon. If you're a mage post Plantera and you like the wasp gun and you want to get an upgrade, it's a good upgrade. That being said, I don't think it lasts that long, but to be fair, a lot of weapons in post Plantera don't last very long because you can immediately go to Golem and yeah, progression. All right, now we got the summon weapons. We got the Raven Staff. Now the Raven Staff. This one's a classic. It's a little fun summon weapon you can get. Ties well with the Necromantic Scroll you get. It's a pretty good weapon. It was never that good, I would say, but it's always been pretty good. It's very viable at the stage in the game. I would always use it if I'm summoner and I happen to do the Pumpkin Moon. I would say this is a solid A tier. I think it's behind the Bat Staff a little bit, but it's definitely A tier. Okay. Actually, you know what I want to do? We have the perfect amount of weapons that I want to do one for each tier. So I think I want to move it to B tier, like that. There we go. I might move them around a little bit. This one's going to be an interesting tier list because I want to put one in every tier. Since we don't have that many weapons. All right, next up we got the Dark Harvest. This drops from the Pumpkin, like the rest of the weapons. This weapon is pretty good. It is the best whip until the Kaleidoscope, which is from Empress of Light, which is post Golem. So if you immediately defeat Plantera and do it, and fight the Pumpkin Moon, this whip will carry you until then. And honestly, it's pretty close to the Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope's obviously better because it's just later in the game, but yeah, it's a solid one. Okay, I think we're gonna have to move these down. We're gonna have to move these down a little bit. All right, so I'll put it A tier, I think, for now. I'm gonna move these around, try and get them into each tier of where I think they are. I'm now realizing that I don't have one for each tier. I'm going to have to double up. Unless we got an F tier now. Okay, so now we can put one in each tier. Next up, we got the pumpkin, what is it called? Jack-o'-lantern launcher. This weapon fucking sucks. I won't lie. This is a really bad one. This one's definitely getting the F tier spot. It drops from the pumpkin like all the other weapons because the stake launcher is the only one that thinks it's cool enough to not drop. It's a useless weapon. Nobody uses this thing. Yeah, I think everybody can agree it's F tier. All right, next up we got the candy corn rifle. Now, this weapon, it's similar to the jack-o'-lantern launcher. Nobody really uses it, but it does ricochet and it pierces. It has been updated, I believe. It is pretty good now. That being said, I'm gonna throw it into the E tier because all the other weapons are better. And I'm kind of going off of a skewed old way of rating things because yeah, this thing used to suck, but I don't think it sucks as much anymore. But I haven't used it recently. All right, last but not least, we have the Horseman's Blade. The Horseman's Blade, you need it for the Zenith, so you're gonna have to get this during the invasion. The new 1.4.4 swinging animation looks amazing. I love what they did with it. I believe they changed how the pumpkins work a little bit. They like spawn less, and it's more like melee rather than projectile based with the pumpkins. I don't know if damage wise it is S tier, but I'm gonna put this one S tier because I love the concept of it and I love what they did with it in 1.4.4. Yeah, it's an amazing weapon. I haven't used it that much, so I've always preferred the Terra Blade. But from what I've seen, honestly, well, the Terra Blade's amazing now, but I would still say the Terra Blade's better. But hey, it's a cool weapon for sure. I think this is a solid list. Yeah, the Bat Staff is a really good weapon, but I feel like the Dark Harvest is more important since you can get the Wasp Gun, which is fairly similar. The Bat Staff is probably better for DPS because you do get it later, but there is stuff from the hardcore dungeon like the Spectre Staff, which are a similar contender for it. The Raven Staff, there's not much like it at the stage in the game. I'm trying to think. I guess the Pygmy Staff, but it's a little different. The Raven Staff homes more. It's more unique, but you can get different summoner weapons after. So yeah, it's definitely good, but yeah, it's definitely gonna have to hold and see. The stake gun is definitely got buffed and is definitely better than what it used to be, and I'm glad to see it doing better. That being said, these two, I can't really speak for them. Jack-o'-lantern gun, or the Jack-o'-lantern launcher, this has always kind of sucked. I never really liked it. So yeah, that's the list, boys. Have a good one and happy Halloween. Ooh. I don't know what the fuck that was.